Mr. Cha, you were voted Asian Footballer of the Century. Luis Figo says you're his hero, and Alex Ferguson once said after a match that you were unstoppable. How do you even put a career like yours into words?
너무 과찬이 아닌가 싶습니다.
That is very flattering. I think nobody would expect an Asian player could go to Europe and play well like that at that time. So I was a big surprise to Europeans. And for the emergence of an Asian player who was as good as other European players, they could be more generous for compliments on the same play. I suppose that a meteoric rise of one Asian player and his play harassing second-to-none defenders in Europe at games with top European players could be seen as quite impressive for European people's eyes.
In 1998, you were the coach of South Korea in France, knocked out in the first round, albeit in a very tough group. Describe to me what it's like making that transition from a national player to a national coach, and describe some of the pressures that come along with the coaching gig at a World Cup.
While I played as a member of the national team from 1972 to 1978, Korea never participated in the World Cups or Olympics. Due to the disappointment and frustration of it, I had a desire to play more professional football and develop the level of Korean football. Back then, I could watch European football only on the TV screen, with aspirations to develop the quality of Korean football, however. I went to Europe and would actually learn why Korean football couldn't do better from the 10 years of living in Germany while I was playing professional football in Europe. After coming back to Korea, I have been focusing on what should be improved based on my experiences and impressions at the Football Academy for 28 years. To foster new star players, an award has been granted for 30 years, giving hopes and dreams to children. And in the meantime, I believe many players were cultivated. Also, the Korean team later accomplished a remarkable competition record, the World Cup semi-finals in 2002. I think we are continuously developing right now.
And you actually played with the German coach, didn't you, back in Frankfurt? What is he like as a person?
독일 지금 현재 감독.
When I was in Frankfurt in 1979, I met Löw for the first time, as a player then around the second year. At that time, I was passing my mid-20s, and he was a rookie signed with Eintracht Frankfurt. By German expression, he was a talent. He was recruited as a very promising player. I remember him as a player with fine personality and excellent football ability. Later, I heard that he could not continue his career as a football player because of an injury. But during the times living in Frankfurt, he left me many impressions. I believe he was a football player with a wonderful personality. Now, however, he became the world-famous coach and made the German football team the best in the world. So I am also proud of him as a teammate who had played together.
And one South Korean player that the Germans will know very well is Heung-min Son. Just how good is he? I mean, he's playing extremely well at Tottenham at the moment, linking up with Dele Alli and Harry Kane. Can he be as good as yourself one day?
훌륭한 선수죠. 지금 현재로.
He's a great player. The athletic performance Son Heung-min is currently showing is truly wonderful. Now he's improved much more than when he was in Germany. And as you mentioned, I sit and watch him getting better with every game. When I see him playing the game, I often recall myself looking similar on the ground in the past. Since he went to Europe at an early age, I think he can learn faster than me, so he can leave better records than I did. Also, for this World Cup, our people and I expect a lot from him. And in the meantime, he's quite a burden for rival teams.
You were the first major Korean star that moved to Europe. Heung-min Son's followed in your footsteps, to Tottenham, so have others, and others will continue to do so. Do you think you've paved the way and made it easier for Asian players to go across into the Premier League, the Bundesliga, La Liga, and make a name for themselves?
물론이죠.
Sure, that was my mission as well as responsibility when I was living in Europe as a football player. I tried to be a good foothold for Koreans and Asian people by myself, and sincerely hoped the day would come. And now the era has come. In truth, about that time when I went to Europe, Asian football was considered as third class, so the situation was people could laugh at the idea of going to Europe in itself. This generation, however, thanks to the developed IT industry, can immediately watch football games in Europe and learn high-quality football. Therefore, although there's a great deal of difference for the level of football around the world, the gap is gradually decreasing. I believe the time has arrived that more players can advance to European or other leagues.
많은 사람들이